يا عباد الله هبوا ونداء الحق لبوا فاعبدوه مخلصين.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. May the peace and blessings of Allah be upon you. You are most welcome to yet another inspiring edition of your favorite program, Stories of Devotion. My guest today is one of the most senior missionaries of the Ahmadiyya Muslim community here in Africa. Born in 1943 to an idol-worshipping parents, he somewhere along the line converted to become a Muslim, that is to become a member of the Ahmadiyya Muslim community in Ghana here. In 1969, he dedicated his life for the service of the mission. That is, he became a missionary up to 2007. My guest today is Ustaz Abdul Hakeem Adjei. Ustaz, you're most welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Right. Ustaz, I'm made to believe that you are in the same class with our current Amir, that is Maulvi Muhammad bin Saleh.
He was my coursemate.
So, coursemate, that's a long time ago.
Long time ago, from 66 to 69.
1969. If you were missionary in 69, that means that's about 40. You served 1969 to 2007. That's about 37 good years as a missionary.
No.
We are in for a very interesting story then. Tell us about you. Per your story, you were born to an idol worshiping home.
Yes.
So tell us about life, as an in the home of an idol worship. Did you understand what you were practicing then?
No, I didn't attend any denomination or any church. Apart from Ahmadiyya, I started from Ahmadiyya.
Yeah, but then you were born into an idol worship.
Idol worshippers. And
so
you
did practice as
at
an
that
idol
time we
worshipper.
were children, and so our mother, my brother, and other sisters, our mother carries all the time pouring these idols, sometime occasion, function.
Okay. So you didn't actually understand what they were doing?
No, we were just following. I was a child, so I was just following my mother's footstep.
Okay.
So whatever he told me, she tells me to do.
You did
what
it
I
actually.
did.
Okay, so I mean, at what age? How old were you when you
At that
became,
time, I
you
was
got
not.
converted?
I was even somewhere from 7 to 8. But because I started my education from when I was about 10.
Okay.
10
I mean,
years.
what I want to understand is when you got converted to become an Ahmadi, how old were you?
Oh, that's what I told you, that I didn't meet my father. So my uncle Osman one day came to my mother and that he wanted me to.
I'll get to. I mean, what actually led to your conversion? I'll come there. But I want to know, how old were you? You were around how old?
So that's what about 8 to 9.
You were about 8 years when you got converted to
Yes,
become
to
a
Ahmadi.
an Ahmadi. And I mean, what led to your conversion? How did you get converted?
Well, you see, that's what I told you, that my uncle, who was an Ahmadi, a stand member, he came and asked me if I will follow him to Islam Ahmadiyya, then he will help me to get a secular education.
Okay, what you mean is that, as you already said, your father passed away. Okay?
No, yeah, I didn't see my father.
Okay, you didn't see your father, so you needed someone to help you pursue your secular education. And then your uncle, okay,
Yeah, my
he was
uncle
a member of the Ahmadiyya Muslim community.
No.
So he actually offered to
Yeah.
take care of you.
Yeah.
The condition that you become an Ahmadi, is that the case?
Okay,
so that means you, around that age, you only joined Ahmadiyya.
I just joined Ahmadiyya.
Didn't
I didn't
understand
know
what you were
anything
doing.
about Ahmadiyya. And even because I want to get education, that's why I joined Ahmadiyya, because nobody preached me, what is your view, what do you know? I don't know anything about
Okay, I understand. But then, when your uncle, because of this condition, in a way, let me say, forced you to become an Ahmadi. What did
He didn't force me.
Okay.
Only that it was a condition. That if I would join him, I would follow him to join Ahmadiyya, then it will help me to get.
And you
myself.
accepted the condition?
Yeah,
I mean, what was the reaction of your mother to this?
Oh, my mother didn't do anything until when I became a missionary. We
will come there, and I want us to go step by step. We will get there when you became a missionary.
Oh,
but then when this decision was taken, when you agreed to that particular condition, what was the reaction of your mother?
My mother, she didn't say anything so serious.
She was okay.
Just to convert me back from that Ahmadiyya. In fact, he hates Ahmadi. One time, even he told us, you and your brother, you are very lucky. Because of this outdoor worshippers, you are in existence.
Okay.
And so if you say that you got your God, well, your God is different, and my idols are protecting you people.
Okay. So, I mean, I understand you well. Your mother was actually a very staunch idol worshipper.
Not a joke.
And she didn't even like Ahmadiyat.
No, he didn't know because I am illiterate. So
okay, but then I mean because your uncle was going to take care of you, she was okay. She didn't really protest.
Yeah.
Okay. Now your uncle actually took you in. He catered for you. So was there any time that you actually start getting the understanding? Did you actually
in fact, even from the very beginning, because members of a large member was in my town, and Ahmadiyya, we have a mosque whereby we have even good leaders who know Holy Quran and everything. So that time I started posting started Ahmadiyya, Quran and other, Quran and other form of prayers. Knowledge on prayers.
Okay.
So I got just a little, because I was going to Christian school, and these Christian schools, they will not allow you to portray your your religion. So.
But even then, at that particular stage, you had understood Ahmadiyya.
Oh, Ahmadiyya was at heart that I will never renounce my faith.
Okay, so now you have actually understood the religion.
Yes.
So you were at that particular stage very much convinced.
Yes.
And then you were sure that the religion of your mother, I mean the idol worshipping wasn't right.
Well, at time when I confront my mother, mother, let us I said you this he called us these animals. You these animals, you don't know what is going on in the world. You said we've got God. We have our own this thing.
Okay. Now what you are saying, that means that you ever confronted your mother. Yes. You tried convincing her to realize that
he will abuse you. He will abuse you bitterly.
I mean, what was actually her conviction? What was that particular thing that he thought the idol worship was giving her? I mean, and why? I mean.
In actual fact, I didn't talk against her.
Yeah, understand. The reason I'm asking this is that if your idea was to see your mother, to convince your mother to become into your religion. Now your mother was obviously protesting and then giving her own,
At that time he was giving me food, and so if a person who is a subordinate has no choice. At that time I didn't get any strong idea to convince my mother. At that time I said that for this, approaching this adult for me, I will never go there again.
Okay, you were born in 1943.
Yeah.
Therefore, I want to believe your mother is no more, right? Your mother is late.
Oh, my mother became even Ahmadi before. I buried her. It became Ahmadi. Ahmadi was named Mariam. He accepted Ahmadiyya, she and her husband.
Okay, we will come there. I will ask you later on in the program how you were eventually able to convince her to become an Ahmadi. We will come there, not now. Yeah, but for now, I mean, at what stage did you make that decision, to become a missionary, to serve the cause of Jamaat Ahmadiyya? And what actually prompted that decision?
In fact, the decision started when I completed middle school Form 4. That was 1961. There I decided with a friend of mine. Then we had this contract and got a small amount. Then we traveled all the way to Wa to study Holy Quran.
Okay. The question was, you became a missionary. At what time in your life? Now after school, you only went to Upper West region in Ghana to go and pursue religious knowledge. Okay. So I mean, what time did you decide to become a missionary? And what made you become a missionary?
That was the time when our living at Upper West could not help him, so we came back.
Okay.
And I joined my brother at Dankrenia Bekwai. There in
the Ashanti region of Ghana, right?
Bekwai. Then when having completed the Holy Quran, entered the Quran, there that was 1966. We went 1963, and in 1966 we had about this AMMTC.
Madam Muslim Mission Training College.
At Sopon.
So who informed you about this Ahmadi Muslim?
My brother.
Your brother?
Well, he was a missionary, very #1 preacher.
So what did he tell you? What did he actually tell you?
I and myself and my elder brother, our sister and mother here, they hated bitterly. So when my brother was a missionary, I all the time stay with him. There it came in my mind that in fact if I get knowledge of Quran, I will become a teacher in Ahmadiyya.
Okay, that is that. So that is why your brother, directed you to go to the Ahmadiyya Muslim Missionaries Training College.
And meanwhile, even when I completed 71, as I told you the other day, that even I had in mind that to become a teacher, but that also didn't help me. So I just cancelled that side and came to Ahmadiyya side.
No, the reason why your brother asked you to go to the mission training college was for you because of your test to acquire religious knowledge, not necessarily become a missionary. Was that part of your program, or it was your brother who just said go to?
For knowledge, because if I prefer to get more knowledge or advanced knowledge, who will help me? My brother at that time, well, I can't tell about his allowance and other. That cannot help me. Okay. And so I simply cut short everything.
Okay. Now, when your brother told you to go to the Ahmadiyya Muslim Missionary Training College, you were well aware then that when you go there, you will be able to acquire religious knowledge, Islamic knowledge. No. Were you also aware that after completion you will become a missionary? Were you aware?
Yeah, because that was my idea. That I want to copy my brother, follow my brother's footsteps. Okay. And if both of us become missionary, then you fight against this our people, and in fact, by the grace of God, you succeeded.
When you were applying to the Ahmadiyya Muslim Missionary Training College, and then when you knew that you eventually be a missionary, were you aware, or did your brother ever tell you the life of a missionary, what it takes to be a missionary, the various challenges? Were you aware when you were making this particular decision?
For me, no, because I love the thing so much. I didn't think about the difficulties and challenges in connection of that. Only I want to be, at that time, when he told me that you are going to Sorbonne to study Quran and Hadith, I told him, thank you, I will go.
Okay. So you actually you were so happy about the fact that
very happy.
You were going to acquire knowledge so that you stand a better chance of you coming back to impact that knowledge to your people. So you were so much happy about that that you didn't even care what came with the missionary work. You didn't really care about that.
Well, that's what I mean.
But then when you were that's when you were entering, you didn't know. When you entered the missionary training college, I mean, did it occur to you, or were you told that the missionary work was going to be
that was our motto, that learning and preaching. That was our motto there. So that was in the mind. And so
what I want to know clearly is that were you aware that there were going to be challenges in the field?
For that,
you were not aware.
No, I didn't know that. In our interview, one new age colleague asked me that when you finish, you complete your course, and we prepare to open a big shop for you. And so will you prefer that one instead of becoming a missionary? I said, it's your own thinking. If you ask me, whatever you ask me to do, that's what I will do. And if you know that shopping is good for the mission, I will obey you. But other than that, I know that learning and preaching, this is what I've been taught.
I think I can understand why the Ambrose have asked you that. So, in my own words, I will ask you that same way. I mean, right after completion, if you were given the chance to go to the field to go and then serve the Jamaat as a missionary, or and the other option of you going, they leaving you to go and open your own personal business somewhere, would you think you have opted for that?
In fact, that's what I told him, that if that be the case, that the reason why you accepted me to become a missionary, but I have no objection. Otherwise, I want learning and preaching. This is the motto I saw on the blackboard. So I want to study so that also impart it to other people.
Okay. Now, you completed Jamia in 1969.
1969.
How were you posted to?
My first person was Techiman Bongafo.
Techiman, I want to believe you were very young then.
Oh, if you see my picture at that time, in fact, you'll be happy that at that time you were very handsome.
Now, time. I can understand.
One time, if I come across you, we have a pictorial when my picture is there. If you see me, you see a difference.
You are very young and very beautiful now.
Now, very, very fine.
Now, aging has set in. I can understand.
Well, I know.
Okay, now, just as you said, you were not even aware of any challenges attached to it. You only concentrated on the fact that the motto of the school is that you learn and you go and impact. So that was the main idea. Now, when you went to field, it's okay. What was the first challenge that you ever encountered?
There I met so many challenges on the side of non-Ahmadis and out for the Christians. As when I was in missionary training college, at times one of my course mates, you can write a note that give us a chance to go and preach at Formula. Then they allow it. So preaching was my hobby. That I like preaching. So when I started my preaching, my missionary work, in fact, after the mission activities and mission duties, I didn't put it aside. I discharged everything, but apart from that, then I started this in preaching. I surround all the surrounding. There are none of this, some of them. After the none of this, as they call themselves Orthodox. For me, I don't call them Orthodox because they don't know much more than we Ahmadis. Okay. We Ahmadis have to call ourselves Orthodox. We know what is the right, the correct one. So this non-Ahmadi Muslim Zongo people, after they don't like debate and other disturbances. Yes. But one man, a brown man from Bonsu, from Kransa Bonsu, he came from
the Brunei region.
He came from Saudi Arabia, and his mission is purposely to destroy Ahmadiyya in the Brunei region. Okay. Because he was a brown man, and he's in fact Arabic scholar. Okay. But illiterate. Okay. Secular dim. Okay. This man, in fact, he started and got two people. One is Idrissa, one is Yusuf. Even in the end, that Yusuf wife separated from her husband. Okay, we will get to the end. We have just started. Because that was the end of the country. Yes.
Let's not get to the end now. We just started. Now, I mean, this man came from Saudi Arabia. He went there to learn. And the main purpose, according to you, was to come and then destroy
Ahmadiyya and Brunei.
At that time, so what did you do? I mean, what actually happened? You were preaching.
Yes,
so, if this was his idea, how did he go about it? Did he ever confront you? How did he oppose you? And did he even achieve his purpose? Let me understand how he.
He actually himself didn't come to me because he has a representative at Techiman, that's Yusuf, because they have their big shop at the station, Techiman station. Yusuf and Idris.
So Idrissa. What did they do? What did they actually do?
Well, beginning, they put a debate. They call a debate. At that time, Abdul Adam, who was the regional missionary.
Late Amir.
Late Amir was the regional missionary. A very large sitting, not a very strong sitting. They have the representatives. We selected 3 people. They also selected 3 people. And then we started about death of Christ, Isa. Okay. There, the man, in fact, he voiced out. He voiced out that after that side, you don't have any headache or you don't have objection.
Then Ahmadi said they have no objection to that.
After Isa's death on cross and another thing, we don't entertain that.
Okay, so why was the debate about that?
To tell us that Isa has come for the second time, it's objectionable that you are not agreeing with you.
They didn't believe that.
They don't believe.
That was the topic for the debate.
That was the topic. The two topics: the coming of Isa and death of Isa. That was the 2 main. Okay,
so I mean, we don't really have much time, so we can't go into details of the debate. But in the end, what happened in the end?
In fact, in the end, Amir Wahab late. May Allah be pleased with him. He started and talked that this Adam very well. So when he started this talking, then Adam said, "Why are you talking? Are you speaking Arabic? I'm telling you that God did not reveal Holy Quran to Prophet of Islam that I love you." So we also have Arabic scholars. So Alhaji Harun from Seattle.
Okay, I understand. I'm not cutting you actually. We don't really have much time, but I don't think it is clear now that the non-Ahmadis,
they were Muslim Ghana Muslim Mission.
Ghana Muslim Mission. Okay, so they tried to oppose you.
Yes.
In a way. So I mean that's one of the main challenges. But as you just made us believe that whatever is that they try to do, I'm sure it
they didn't succeed. They didn't succeed. Later on, they arranged a public preaching to come and destroy Ahmadiyya in Techiman. Thereby, they announced, because they had their loudspeaker, that Ahmadiyya from down south, Ashanti and other regions, Ahmadiyya is no more.
Okay, this is what they were saying. But what did you do? What did the mission do to counter?
Well, in the beginning, they started the preaching at the Techiman station, and two Ahmadis. One is Ibrahim Foku, then Muhammad Adi saying, they, because of their character, they cannot match with the Ahmadiyya, and so they renounced their faith and joined that Adam.
Okay.
And these two people stood and told them that we know the secret and the weakness of Ahmadiyya.
What you mean is that these two people you just mentioned left the Jamaat Ahmadiyya and went to join
Adam, that's a Ghana Muslim mission.
Okay. And so these two people were telling people that since they were Ahmadis before, they knew the secrets of Ahmadiyya. That's what I'm saying. Go ahead, please.
So they brought a round switch. So Ibrahim Foku stood under the shady tree. That shady tree was first, an Ahmadi, or Sumosop Osman Salim, planted this tree at the station.
Who is that person you just mentioned?
Osop Osman Salim.
Yeah, a missionary
from Central Region.
Okay, please go ahead, yes.
So, under this tree, you have brought a switch. By mistake, when it gets fall down, Ahmadiyya is no more.
Okay, this is what they were saying.
The first preacher. So now Malam, shouting. At that time I was in the house. So they came and told me that, Sopo, come and see what is happening.
People are there.
Our members.
Collapsing your Jamaat.
Yes.
What they told you.
So let us go. Hey, they have sought a permission from the police station. They have every right to say whatever they like.
Okay.
And Sopo, well, they are talking about Mecca and say, don't talk about Mecca. If you know that we are all one.
Okay, let's just go straight. What actually happened?
What happened was that Ibrahim Foku at that time.
Okay, he said that.
Don't worry. He said that I'm telling you the two legs. I'm telling you Ahmadiyya is now destroyed because the switch fell down.
Okay.
So
he held the switch and said when the switch should go down, that is, I mean, symbolically representing the fact that Ahmadiyya is going down. And he actually stepped and said.
He was just putting his foot out. I'm telling you the fact that if a crocodile, one animal, a fish, come from the sea and so that a crocodile die, there's no need to
challenge that person. So saying he is coming from Ahmadiyya,
I'm coming from Ahmadiyya.
Ahmadiyya is dead.
Now,
okay,
well, so the preacher went away, but that Ibrahim Foku, the leg, he was in the room for 6 months, swell up the two legs. God punish him.
That very leg, he symbolically, stepped on.
Yes, as a marking time. Well, secondly, when they were going back, that Adam, their leader, who gave him some time, later on they told him that they are going to make you a Khalifa, and he refused. As for Khalifa post, he didn't accept. Well, you also Mercedes Benz, brand new, bent into ashes, on reaching at Abofor forest.
That was the very moment they were returning.
When they were returning.
Okay.
That Mercedes was bent to ashes.
This is a clear indication that indeed Ahmadiyya had a support.
But they have gone down, not Ahmadiyya is now finished. So we all, when they went back, or when I went away, I also organized a public preaching on the same shady tree. And I also called the preachers from various places. In fact, those petty traders, women around, storekeepers, some of them even voices out loud that this is proper preaching, and not preaching to disgrace somebody.
Okay, but then these things that you just said happened to these people who tried to spoil Ahmadiyya, who tried to spoil Ahmadiyya. I mean, was the message clear enough to the other, other people in the community that indeed it was as a result of what they did?
No, that's what I mean. because of that, as for convert, that's what I mean, that getting to the end, that Yusuf's wife renounced her faith and joined Ahmadiyya and became the husband of our original president.
That is interesting. Okay, so they tried to put a stop to the progress of Ahmadiyya, and then in effect, what Allah Almighty did was Allah Almighty actually punished them, put an end to whatever is that they were doing, and then Ahmadiyya became victorious as a result.
And the leader himself was punished so bitterly and severely that a person who was already disgraced secular, that revelation was not revealed in English. Later on, when he went to Kumasi, he started opening the school educational unit, and at that time, the school blocks, he prepared well. That school block belonged to him and his family. So his own people, their secretary and their chairman, in fact, the matter was sent to court, and the man was sentenced for 6 months imprisonment. Their own people, and disgrace him.
That's a clear display of the power of Allah Almighty.
No doubt.
Alhamdulillah. Now, I have to take you back. I promise you I'll get into the conversion of your mother. Now, in just simple words, what singular thing did you tell your mother that convinced her so much that she a staunch idol worshipper, denounced the idols and became an Ahmadi before she died?
Well, when my brother passed away, that was 1986 when we were returning from Ansarallah, Itima at Abra.
Okay,
that was 86.
Okay.
So I was there, I was in the house, I was there catering for my mother. Not because my mother became weak before he accepted Ahmadiyya. But I know when I became a missionary, I know what a missionary is to do to the parents.
Yeah, I understand. So what message did you give to your mother?
I didn't preach her again, but in fact, I took so many angles and steps, so many convincing character and habits.
Okay.
And my mother.
Therefore, eventually she herself realized the need.
He and her husband, at that time, they all became Ahmadis.
Alhamdulillah. Now, you went to Jamia, and then the idea was for you to acquire knowledge to become a missionary. You didn't really know the difficulties and trials that accompanied the work then.
Yes.
But when you came to field, you met a lot of challenges. One of them is just the non-Ahmadis opposing you and the rest. And then I want to believe there were other detractions by people. I want to believe, imparting knowledge to people is not easy.
It's not easy.
It's not easy. I know you encountered a lot of problems. But then, was there any particular challenge or trials that did you ever encounter any such difficulty or trial that ever almost wavered your conviction? That you said to yourself like, well, if I ever knew I was going to face this challenge, I wouldn't have become a missionary. Did you ever face any such challenge?
Not that. No, I didn't actually say that. That if I know that this will be my condition when I become a missionary, I wouldn't prefer to become a missionary. That was not my thought.
Okay, now tell us that particular difficult situation.
As for the community side, as for the member side, when I went there, in fact, the people, Teshiman, there were many, but they were all, in fact, ignorance. And I took another restless step and strong step to teach them the Holy Quran and other, even Regina in my lap, Hudam Ahmadiyya and Ansarallah. I had so many people who were able to read Holy Quran.
Alhamdulillah.
And
Alhamdulillah. I know you have a lot to say. Unfortunately, you don't have much time. I know you have a lot to say. But I will just go straight and ask you that after all this conviction, after working so much for Allah Almighty, for the Jamaat, and for Allah Almighty for that matter, I mean, what will you say that you gained from the Mission Training College? How did you benefit from the Mission Training College? I mean, you see, growing up, you had your own ideas, you had your own plans, you had something that you wanted to be. Along the way, you now decided to become a missionary. Your other contemporaries, they pursued a secular education. So, did you ever wish that you had continued your secular education to be, that big personality?
That was not in mind at all, because my idea
now
is...
Tell me, what you think you gain. How did the missionary work actually impacted in your life positively, actually?
Well, in fact, as I told you the other day, that you know, Ahmadiyya, I like Ahmadiyya like a ripe addition, ripe plantain. I like the thing. So I didn't talk. I'm thinking about difficulties and problems facing. But in fact, it was one time, as I said, that of all this up and down, struggling for my members, laboring for my members, even when we started this mighty mosque at Techiman, 10 good years with my members, we completed this mighty mosque and other this school building and other. So of all these things, I don't know what happened. One day, regional president from Techiman. In fact, as I can say, Ahmadiyya is an inspiring this thing.
Now, what I want to get from you now, finally, is if someone comes to you now and tell you that he wants to be a missionary, but he's having, shaky ideas, what particular thing will you tell him that, no, you should be a missionary because I was a missionary, and because I was a missionary, I had this, I've been this, I got close. I mean, what particular thing will you tell that person using your life experience?
In the first place, I tell him that my brother, you know, prophet did not get the work so easy. Their followers and Halifas and others didn't get everything so easy. But know for certain that you have a great task ahead of you. That if you become a missionary, in the first place, no. For certain that to become a missionary is not a disgrace. Because when I sat down and think about the mission, how the mission is going about catering for me, even a trained teacher, because I have a free room sitting, mission house. I don't pay rent, I don't pay light, I don't pay water rate. Mission is better, all these things. Calculating all these things, if it's kind of money, I think a trained teacher will not get this thing. And a respect that the members will give you is more than to become a millionaire. So I will ask the missionary that for beginning of everything is not so easy. But if you do it well and pray to God, who is helping you, and you know that God is your helper, God will help you to achieve your objective, your future.
Okay, so sir, thank you so very much. Well, viewers, that brings us to the end of our program today, Stories of Devotion. We've just been speaking with Ustaz Abdul Hakeem Adjei, who is a former missionary of the Ahmadiyya Muslim community here in Africa. I have been inspired. I wish we had much time actually, but I want to believe that you have been inspired as well. Until we meet again next time, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu.